What if I told you there was a man who made an average return of 66%? That means turning $100 into over 400 million in 30 years. Without luck, without emotion, purely with math. His name is Jim Simons, the quant king who used numbers to beat Wall Street.
Jim Simons.
Dr. Simons.
Dr. James Harris Simons.
I remember thinking, I never met anybody like this before. Wow.
Complete outsider, mathematician, was a code breaker.
Jim was a very unusual person.
He is one of the great men of our time.
Smart,
Kind,
generous,
curious,
creative, and loving.
Warren Buffett's average return is about 20% a year. Compound that for 3 decades and your $100 becomes $24,000. Impressive, right? But Simon didn't stop there. With 66%, your 100 turns into 400 million. That's the true power of compound growth, what Albert Einstein once called the 8th wonder of the world. Born in 1938, to a Jewish immigrant family in Massachusetts, Jim Simons was a math prodigy from the age of 3. He earned his PhD from Berkeley at 23, taught at Harvard, and later became a code breaker for the US Defense Department during the Cold War.
Jim was one of the original code breakers.
His job? To find patterns hidden in chaotic encrypted messages. Years later, Simons had a radical idea. If patterns exist in war codes, maybe they exist in financial markets too. Predicting a comet's orbit is easy. Predicting markets is chaos, but chaos can be magic. In 1978, at age 40, Simons left academia. He quit Harvard's comfort and started a tiny office on Long Island called Morning Matrix, the birth of quant trading. His belief was simple yet radical. Markets aren't random. They follow patterns that can be decoded with data and mathematics. People thought he was crazy. Back then, computers were slow and data was scarce. Even his friends told him, you can't beat Wall Street with equations. But Simons had one belief. With enough data, you can predict almost anything. Simons started small, trading currencies, commodities, and bonds instead of stocks. Those markets were simpler, less noisy, and data was cleaner. He collected price data dating back to the 1800s, searching for tiny irregularities that repeated over time, the hidden patterns that no one ever saw. One example, Simons noticed certain stocks rose every December before Christmas for no logical reason. Others tried to explain why. He didn't care why. He just traded the pattern. Buy before Christmas, sell after. Simple, profitable. But even the smartest math can't save you from emotion. In 1984, one of Simons' partners was so sure about US bonds that he ignored and lost big when the Reagan administration flooded the market with debt. That moment taught Simons the hardest lesson. The enemy is not the market, it's human emotion. He realized the only way to win was to remove emotion.
You're good, but you don't want to make a habit of it.
Entirely. Let the system trade for you. From then on, he vowed never to trust gut feelings again. He would build a machine that thinks in math, not emotion. To eliminate emotion, Simons made a bold move. Instead of hiring Wall Street's bankers, he recruited scientists, mathematicians, physicists, astronomers. I don't need traders, he said. I need problem solvers.
Is it true that you never hired people from the investment industry?
Never.
Their mission built a system that could think like a scientist and trade like a machine. They ran thousands of experiments, adjusting every variable, risk levels, entry points, exit signals. Every time the system failed, they redefined it. Slowly, the algorithms learned to find repeated patterns that humans could never see. The result was the Medallion Fund, the most successful hedge fund in history. Since 1988, it has averaged 66% annual returns before fees, 39% after fees. It outperformed every investor, even Buffett and Soros.
Jim Simon's Medallion Fund has done 39% net of fees for 3 decades, which proves that it works.
That is correct. 66% per year.
Single most successful hedge fund in the history of the industry.
So successful that he became known as the Quant King.
Simons didn't predict news, he predicted patterns. His success earned him the title the Quant King. 2000.com crash, 2008 Lehman meltdown, 2020 pandemic. Each time, the Medallion Fund made money while others lost fortunes because algorithms don't panic, they calculate. One of Simon's core strategies was called mean reversion. Imagine a pendulum swinging back and forth. No matter how far it moves, it always returns to the center. Prices do the same. When a market moves too high or too low, it eventually reverts to its average. When a stock's ratio fell below its historical mean, the system bought. When it goes above, it sold short. No emotions, just statistics over and over until the pattern changed.
The age of artificial intelligence. Writes, paints, builds, and even thinks faster than most humans ever could.
Today, Simon's legacy lives on through AI and machine learning systems. At FX Technology, we've spent years developing EagleWing, an AI trading system that embodies the same philosophy: logic over emotion, data over guesswork. It analyzes price patterns 24 hours a day, identifying trends and adjusting risk in real time. While Jim Simon started with math, we continue with AI. Just like Renaissance technologies, EagleWing runs entirely on logic. It doesn't sleep, panic, or get greedy. It learns from every trade to become smarter and more precise. For today's traders, AI isn't a shortcut. It's the evolution of discipline. Jim Simons proved that mathematics could beat emotion and discipline could beat chance. He turned patterns into profits and built a legacy that inspired an entire generation of AI traders.
A pioneer of quantitative investing.
His decision to retire from business and divert his wealth to do the real environment.
He donated literally billions of dollars for scientific and mathematical education.
Even after retirement, he donated billions to science and education. A reminder that knowledge, not greed, is the real compound interest of life. The world he imagined, where data and discipline rule the markets, is now real. At FX Technology, we carry that torch forward with EagleWing, helping traders achieve the same balance of logic and consistency. The math has evolved. The principle remains: trade with reason, not emotion. I'm Xanthus from FX Technology, and this is how mathematics still conquers Wall Street.